Have you ever wondered why the moments just before falling asleep are so crucial for maintaining your mental clarity as you age? Today, we dive into a powerful idea shared by one of Japan's most revered longevity experts, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, about how a simple nighttime habit can protect your brain's health well into old age. Born in 1911 and having dedicated over 7 decades to healing and inspiring others, Dr. Hinohara was Japan's oldest practicing physician and a national treasure, revered for his insights into living a long, healthy, and mentally vibrant life. Though he passed away in 2017, his teachings continue to illuminate the path for millions. Among his many invaluable lessons was a profound emphasis on how the way we prepare our minds and bodies before sleep profoundly shapes our brain's ability to heal and regenerate. Dr. Hinohara believed that our brain doesn't simply turn off when we sleep. In fact, during those quiet hours, it becomes astonishingly active, engaging in a complex and vital process, filtering the day's experiences, organizing memories, flushing out toxins, and restoring the intricate neural connections that underpin every thought, memory, and action. But here's the catch. None of this miraculous nightly repair happens by accident. It demands one crucial ingredient: preparation. If we neglect to create the right environment and provide the materials our brain needs before sleep, we're not just skipping a step in our routine. We are, in essence, starving our brain of its chance to rejuvenate. Night after night, this neglect accumulates silently and relentlessly. The consequences? Mornings shrouded in foggy confusion, a creeping forgetfulness, and a mental exhaustion that no cup of coffee, no matter how strong, can chase away. This idea, starving the brain, is powerful and often foreign in Western health teachings. We tend to think of starvation purely in terms of physical hunger. But what Dr. Hinohara highlighted is subtler and far more insidious, denying the brain the nourishment and signals it requires during its most critical repair window at night. Consider the story of a man's grandfather, sharp as a tack his entire life, who suddenly began forgetting names, misplacing everyday objects, and drifting into confusion. The family never asked, what was he eating before bed? Was he eating at all? Such questions could have unveiled a hidden culprit, contributing to his cognitive decline. So, how exactly does neglecting this nightly preparation translate into real, tangible cognitive decline? Picture the brain as an enormous library, one that every night files new books, repairs damaged ones, and dusts the shelves. But the librarian cannot do this work without light, tools, and energy. Starve this system. Remove its nutrients. Cut off signals of safety and calm. What happens? The brain switches into emergency survival mode. It abandons the deep, restorative work and focuses solely on getting through the night. An illustrative case comes from Dr. Hinohara's own experience with patients. One man, Mr. Yamamoto, 74 years old, a retired school principal and a man of great discipline, came to complain of persistent forgetfulness, not dementia, but those small nagging lapses, losing names, misplacing keys, or walking into a room only to forget why. Following popular Western advice on weight loss, Mr. Yamamoto had stopped eating after 6 p.m., unknowingly subjecting his aging brain to an 8-hour fast without essential support. No protein, no calming nutrients, just sleep and stress. When Dr. Hinohara encouraged him to adopt a simple bedtime ritual, sipping warm tofu broth, performing gentle stretches, and practicing deep breathing, a remarkable transformation began. Mental clarity returned, forgetfulness eased, and his energy blossomed. This timeless wisdom from Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara reveals that caring for your brain before sleep is not an optional luxury, it's a necessity. As we continue, we'll uncover practical steps you can begin tonight to nourish your mind, protect your memories, and keep your mental edge sharp well into your later years. So, stay with us, and let's explore how small, nightly rituals hold the key to a vibrant, clear, and youthful mind after 60. Building upon the profound transformation we saw in Mr. Yamamoto's mental clarity after embracing a simple nighttime ritual, the story truly illustrates the vital importance of feeding the brain, not just in the physical sense, but in a holistic, neurological way. Within just a few weeks, Mr. Yamamoto's mornings began to glow with newfound clarity. His focus sharpened, memories surfaced with ease, and those closest to him, especially his wife, noticed a remarkable change. He seemed more present, more engaged, more alive. This is precisely what is meant by starving the brain. It's not merely hunger in the stomach, it's a deeper hunger residing within the nervous system itself, a craving for stability, rhythm, and quiet strength. We're not simply discussing a bedtime snack. Rather, it is a powerful signal sent to the brain. You are safe now. It is time to restore. Think of it as the gentle dimming of lights at the end of a grand concert. This act signals the brain that the performance has ended, and now comes the essential phase of cleanup, resetting, and healing. When this signal fails to arrive, the brain remains alert, tense, and guarded, constantly scanning for danger, conserving energy rather than rebuilding. It is stuck in a state of vigilance, unable to relax fully and engage in vital restorative work. In Japanese culture, the act of consuming nighttime nourishment is understood as an instruction to the body and brain, but it is more than just food. The entire bedtime ritual, the softness of the lighting, the measured rhythm of breathing, the calm repetition of a small routine serves as a language, a set of cues directed to the brain's limbic system. This region governs emotional balance, memory processing, and survival instincts. Absent these gentle cues, the brain defaults to hypervigilance. It remains semi-awake, defensive, and often causes restless awakenings around 2 or 3 in the morning, leaving you confused and unrested. Modern science affirms this wisdom. Research shows that consistent pre-sleep rituals lower cortisol levels, stabilize heart rate variability, and enhance parasympathetic nervous system activity, all creating the perfect environment for memory consolidation and neurological repair. Let's unpack this further, especially for our senior listeners. Many elders in the United States are advised to abstain from eating at night. However, the message here isn't about skipping food altogether, it's about choosing the right kind of nourishment. After the age of 60, the brain becomes more sensitive. Blood flow slows, hormonal shifts occur, and perhaps most critically, the body enters catabolic states more quickly. This means it starts breaking down tissue, including brain tissue, to fuel itself during fasting. So what happens when you go to bed on an empty stomach? Your brain perceives a fuel shortage. Instead of entering repair mode, it switches to protection. Rather than storing new memories, it conserves energy. Night after night, this pattern silently erodes your sharpness. You might not notice the decline immediately, but over time, this becomes your new normal. The slow fading of mental acuity can be traced back to these subtle but crucial nightly choices. This naturally leads to the question, what kind of fuel supports the aging brain best before sleep? What should those over 60 be eating to protect their most vital organ? And does the nighttime ritual consist solely of a small snack? Or is there more depth to it? What does a truly holistic, Japanese-inspired bedtime routine look like? One that nurtures not only the body but also the heart and spirit. Imagine sending a warm, comforting message to your brain, a message rich in light protein, calming minerals, and gentle energy. In Japan, this might be a small bowl of warm miso broth with soft tofu. The miso nourishes the gut microbiome, fostering a healthy digestive system, while tofu supplies amino acids essential for brain support. The warmth soothes the nervous system, signaling safety and calm. Other nourishing options include a soft-boiled egg paired with steamed greens or a portion of white fish gently cooked with ginger. These foods are light, warm, and easy to digest, never heavy or cold. Avoiding sugars, processed items, or cold foods is key, as these can disrupt the body's natural rhythms. It's striking how many seniors don't even consider such mindful food choices before bed. But as you mentioned earlier, the Japanese approach goes beyond mere nutrition. Indeed, central to this philosophy is the concept of shin ikino, meaning the unity of mind and body. The bedtime ritual is not confined to the kitchen alone. It embraces the entire environment of peace surrounding you. This includes turning off electronic screens at least 30 minutes before sleeping. The blue light emitted by these devices disrupts melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep, and tricks your brain into staying in daytime mode, blocking the vital transition into restful night. Together, these elements, food, atmosphere, and mindful practices, compose a holistic bedtime ritual that honors the brain's natural needs and supports its profound capacity for healing. Building on the important elements we discussed about the evening ritual that helps the brain enter repair mode, let's explore the subtle details of how the Japanese create a fully calming environment, from lighting, breathing, to gentle movement, all working together to softly prepare the mind for a deeper, more restful sleep. Instead of harsh, bright lights or staring at electronic screens, one might light a small candle or slightly open a window to let in fresh, gentle air. The pace of household activity slows down, minimizing noise, bright lights, and disruptions to cultivate a peaceful atmosphere. Even reading a physical book, especially poetry or spiritual texts, is seen as a gentle way to prime the mind for rest. It's a gradual, soothing transition from the alert, energetic state into relaxation, preparing the brain for healing. This blends perfectly with breathing techniques, right? Exactly. Breathing plays a crucial role. The Japanese practice what's called har breathing, slow, deep breaths into the belly with exhales longer than inhales. Just 5 minutes of this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol, the stress hormone, and slowing the heart rate. The message sent to the brain is clear. It's time to let go and relax. Add a calming herbal tea or write a short gratitude list, and you've created a complete sensory experience. An experience that gently guides the brain into its nighttime repair mode, unlocking its innate healing power. I love the idea of a gratitude list. Gratitude, such a small word, yet the science behind it is profound. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude sleep better, suffer less depression, and even have stronger memory recall. It's almost as if recognizing and appreciating the good in your life triggers a cascade of chemicals in the brain that help it let go, reset, and restore more deeply. Exactly. This isn't just philosophy. A study published in the journal Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being, found that people who wrote down 3 things they were grateful for before bed slept longer and felt more refreshed. Another study from UC Davis linked regular gratitude practice with improved sleep quality, lower blood pressure, and even enhanced immune function. Gratitude reduces the brain's perception of threat by activating the prefrontal cortex areas associated with emotional regulation and calmness. So, it's not merely an emotion, it's medicine. You mentioned rhythm several times. Why does timing matter even more than nutrients? Because the brain follows cycles set by light, sound, and food. Erratic eating, irregular sleep, and overstimulation before bed keep the brain alert and defensive. But when you eat at consistent times, move gently, and breathe deeply, your body receives the signal it's safe to restore. Speaking of movement, I know you don't just recommend food. You also advocate a physical ritual? Yes. Before nourishment comes movement, but not intense exercise or stress. I mean soft, mindful movement. 5 minutes is enough. Start with neck rolls, then shoulder circles, a forward bend, and finally sit and breathe. Each movement invites you to release tension. Why does this work? Because gentle movement increases blood flow, calms the sympathetic nervous system, which triggers stress, and opens the door to repair mode. Follow that with nourishment, and the brain absorbs it like a sponge, ready to clean, store, and rebuild. So, the sequence is crucial. Movement first, then food, not the other way around. Exactly. Movement sets the stage. Food is the offering. Together they tell your brain, the day is done. Begin healing. What about those who say they can't eat at night because it causes heartburn or disrupts sleep? Often that means they're choosing the wrong foods or timing. A large, heavy meal late at night harms you, but a small, warm, liquid-based portion heals. If digestion is weak, fermented foods like miso or a small spoonful of pickled plum can help. These support gut health, and as you know, the gut controls much of your brain chemistry. How does this habit specifically support memory? That's a major concern for many over 60. Continuing from our exploration of how gentle movement and mindful nourishment prepare the brain for healing, let's now address a concern many of us carry quietly in our hearts: the slow fading of mental sharpness that comes with age. It's a story I hear often. I can't remember where I left my glasses, or I forget names more frequently than before. These small slips weigh heavily, stirring a deep fear that something irreversible is underway. But here lies a hopeful truth, one that challenges common assumptions. Memory is not merely slipping away by fate, it is something we can actively nurture, protect, and even restore. Memory is crafted during sleep. But not just any sleep will do. It is during deep, stable sleep, the kind where the body truly rests and the mind repairs, that memories consolidate and strengthen. But achieving this restorative sleep depends on a delicate balance of blood sugar, stress hormones, and brain chemistry. The nighttime ritual we have discussed serves precisely this purpose. It stabilizes blood sugar, lowers cortisol hormone of stress, and supports key neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA. These chemicals are essential for relaxation and for solidifying memories into lasting neural pathways. This understanding reshapes how we view aging itself. Too often, we accept memory loss as an inevitable consequence of growing older. Yet, what if much of it is simply a matter of malnourishment, failing to give the brain what it truly needs to thrive? The brain is not fragile, rather, it is hungry, thirsty, and rhythmic. When we forget to honor these needs, we accelerate aging unnecessarily. But when we feed it properly, move gently, and sleep deeply, the mind can remain vibrant well into the 90s. This is not theory alone. I have witnessed it and lived it. Now, what about beverages? Are there drinks to recommend or ones to avoid? Avoid anything cold, sugary, or caffeinated. No sodas, no alcohol, and certainly no green tea late at night. Instead, opt for something warm and calming: chamomile tea, a touch of warm barley water, or golden milk made with turmeric, black pepper, and almond milk. These soothe the gut and prepare the brain for rest. For someone just beginning this practice tonight, what is the simplest ritual they can start with? Boil water and stir in a spoonful of miso. Add a few slices of soft tofu. Then sit quietly, breathe deeply, and sip slowly. Follow this by gentle stretches. Roll your shoulders. Let your head drop forward. Reach toward your toes and silently say to yourself, "I prepare my mind for clarity." Finally, write down 3 small things you are grateful for. Then, if it's just the warmth of socks, the comfort of a good book, or someone's smile. This humble act of gratitude seals the day with peace and helps the mind hold on to the right memories. It's a way of telling your brain, "I choose to rest in abundance, not in worry." That's beautifully simple, which makes it achievable. Many listeners may feel overwhelmed by complex health advice, but this ritual feels gentle, like a heartfelt offering to oneself. And that truly is the key. Aging well is not about force or rigidity, it's about rhythm, consistency, and soft strength. I want to thank you for sharing this wisdom. It's not just advice, it's an invitation. An invitation to end each day with intention, and to give the brain what it genuinely needs, not just what we assume. To everyone listening, I leave you with these words. Memory does not fade with age. It fades with neglect. Before sleep, remember your mind. Feed it, calm it, and it will remember you. And that is the final message for you. Memory does not fade simply with age, but with neglect, when we fail to give it the care and respect it deserves. Before you drift off to sleep, remember your mind, nourish it, calm it, and it will remember you with clarity, sharpness, and vibrant life. Thank you for spending this time with us on this journey. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our upcoming valuable videos. Please leave a comment sharing your thoughts or your own nighttime routines. And don't forget to like and share this video with your family and friends. Let's spread the message of healthy living beyond 60 together. Every bit of your support, a view, a word of encouragement, or a share fuels us to continue delivering meaningful content. We look forward to seeing you in the next episodes of the Senior Health Podcast, where together we build a bright, healthy, and meaningful life. Wishing you a restful night and a new day full of health and happiness.